Hi, I'm Brian Coffey. I'm starting a new series of episodes where I have conversations, encounters with friends, relatives, and perhaps strangers. And my first encounter is with a friend of mine, Grant Strand. He's a widower. I've met him through poker, and this was a conversation we had in July 2020. My first question to him was how he met his current partner.
Well, I met Melanie about 2.25 years ago on Facebook on a group called Young at Heart. And Young at Heart was uh, basically a group geared to 50 and over and single. Those were the only two criteria. And there were thousands and thousands of people on the group, and of course, because I had my notifications enabled on my phone, it was pinging constantly, and I logged on to notifications, and I would just say, welcome, 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 welcome. We want to make everybody feel welcome, whether you know them or not. And Melanie, I saw Melanie's, and I replied to her, and I said, welcome from Edmonton, Alberta. I said, and for some reason, I said, I am 1,717 aeronautical air miles directly north. And she replied back, dang, I guess that means you won't be here for supper. So that was sort of the initiation. And then I sent her a private message, and it went from there. And we had known each other socially through social networking for about 3 weeks. And I said, I would like to meet you. I'm getting old. I'm not getting any younger. And I would like to see if there's some substance to this. And so I subsequently flew down to Phoenix, where she lived. She was originally born in Texas, in Midland, Odessa. And I flew down, and we got along very well, spent 4 days, and then subsequently went back when her mother passed away about 2 months later. And then in July, she came up and spent just over a week. And that's been the story. And on December the 3rd of 2018, she came across the border, and she's been here ever since on a visitor record.
Right. What date was that in terms of the party that you had for Melanie when she first came to Canada? Because I went to that party, but I can't think of the date now. Do you remember that?
It would have been right around July. I'm going to say July 14th.
Oh, okay.
I can't recall exactly when she came up in July.
Right.
But we had that party 3 days after she got here. So her first time in Canada, and she's lugged off to Costco and doing all the shopping.
There you go. As a good consumer should. What is the status now of? Because I know you've applied for exactly what in terms of Melanie in Canada here.
Well, she's on a valid visitor record, but we have also applied for her permanent residency. And Immigration Canada does not acknowledge those applications when received because they're paper applications. Everything else is done electronically, so you know immediately that you've received it or that they've received it. But in this case, they have not received it or acknowledged the repeat of it. So we just wait on a day-to-day basis and find out if her permanent residency has been established.
Okay. So that's pending now for a number of months, isn't it?
Yeah, that was sent away at the beginning of March.
Oh, okay. All right. I suppose we could give them a bit of a break because of COVID, I guess, maybe. But
so that's that's coming up 5 months right now.
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
So speaking of COVID, I know it's not been an easy path for yourself and probably for a lot of people, just in terms of being locked away, because I know I met you through a social event kind of thing, poker. So
Mhm.
um, you're a social guy, as am I, and we're not afraid to kind of talk to people or get acquainted, so to speak. So and I think my attraction to you was your willingness to be open, but also the kindness. I think um, because that's something that's I think important. People kind of forget kindness, uh, but you have it, so I appreciate that.
Well, I guess on that particular day, my, you know, fuck the world and everybody's the son of a bitch
Wasn't
wasn't
it?
the dominant role. So
Okay. Well, we were both. I guess we were both at that point, because I have my days where I say "fuck the world," But yeah, good. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, but I guess going back to kind of the COVID thing, your own experience in that regard. Um, how have you been dealing with it, or anything that you want to share in that regard? Or
Well, and in terms of dealing with it, when meetings start to open again publicly, I'm going to have I'm going to have a choice regarding the first meeting I attend. I'm not certain if it will be Weight Watchers or Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't know. It's I happen to be involved in a business where there tends to be a fair amount of face-to-face contact,
yeah,
and that's that's really been taken off of the table in terms of being able to sit down with people. So we've all been more relegated to over the telephone and meetings of that nature. But the social aspect of my business has been trimmed, and so I haven't been going into the office on a. I go in on a regular basis, but it's an irregular
right.
basis.
But have you
I
considered?
don't have I don't have set. Pardon me.
I was going to say, have you considered now with the Zoom aspect, you can have a face-to-face without the actual um, being in the same, room, kind of thing. Is that how would that be for your business, your type of business? That would that help at all, or was that?
That it would work. However, the majority of my clients are more advanced in age, and number two, I'll bring you back to the issues that you and I faced before being able to record
Right.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Just
when I have somebody who's not tech savvy at all, or may not even have a computer, I mean, I have clients that just got their first cell phones, and to ask them to snap a photo and text it to you is completely out of their comfort zone. So
right.
so Zoom meetings for the most part with my client base wouldn't be appropriate or effective.
Right. Yeah. So mm, has this COVID then cut cut into your business in the sense financially, and that I mean certainly emotionally, but
Oh yeah, not not to the extent that I suspected it may have initially.
okay.
Uh, that's been more a product of what's been happening in the economic and financial environment, as opposed to not being able to have the face-to-face contact.
Right. Yeah.
And furthermore, I'll simply add that uh, I've been paring back my practice. I'm just about 67 years old, and I'm just not doing 40 hours a week anymore.
Yeah.